introduces me. Now I've got to stand up here and try and excite you all about WorldSkills Australia. I'm sure, as you can see out the window there, I don't need to say too much, but I'll give you a bit of a brief overview of WorldSkills. David Howie, CEO of WorldSkills International. Rod Arthur, Deputy Director General, Training Queensland. Everyone here is special, so everyone else, but I'd like to particularly acknowledge all the Skillaroos that are here. And just as if you're an Olympic athlete, you're never an ex-Olympian, I believe you're always a Skillaroo too. So we've got someone here from the 2005 team in Jared Langdon, who was the best web designer in the world in 2005, and I think he's still up there with the best in the world. We've got Michael Kirkwood-Smith here from the 2007 Skillaroos, and down the back we've got our Queensland representatives. We've got Jesse Gladwell, and we've got Andrew Arthur and Daniel Carringis all here with us today, so I think that's fantastic. As I said, it's a real pleasure to be here today, and indeed I'll be here for the next 2 days to be part of this tremendous showcase of skills. And I read with interest the other day when I was, researching for coming up here, that Queensland leads the nation in school-based apprenticeships and traineeships, with 41% of the national pool of commencements, and I can certainly see why this is the case when I see the calibre of programs that the government invests in. Programs such as the Try-A-Trade event being conducted below us here today. It's a perfect one-stop shop for school children to be made aware of the opportunities that are available in the vet sector. But not only school children, I think it's just as important that tomorrow, when the plague of locusts, as we sometimes call them out there, they're not there, but they bring their mums and dads in. So they're the ones that are going to benefit from it as well. And hopefully mature age workers who come in who may be looking for a new direction or may be looking to be re-skilled in some other areas. WorldSkills Australia is Australia's largest and most prestigious trade and skills competition, and for over 28 years we have encouraged young people to strive for skills excellence through the challenge of competition at a regional, national and an international level. And over this 28-year period, WorldSkills Australia has motivated over 70,000 young Australians to participate in our programs and ultimately benefit from the competition process. And it's not only the competitors themselves who benefit from this process, it's their employers, their trainers, industry and indeed Australia as a whole. None of what WorldSkills Australia has achieved over this 28 years would have been possible without the tremendous support that we receive from many different groups. Groups such as the government, the training sector, industry, and it's good to see that there are so many industry representatives here today, and the many thousands of individual volunteers, all who are committed to increasing the level of skills excellence in this country. I'd like to thank the Queensland Government for their continued support of WorldSkills Australia programs, as evidenced again by the tremendous event that commenced here today. And in particular, I'd like to thank Steve Ghost and everyone at Skills Tech for their continued support and hard work, and most notably Tony Wright in his tireless efforts in bringing all of this together. As stated in the Queensland Government's 2020 vision towards Q2, tomorrow's Queensland, the most successful nations in the future will be powered by the talents, skills and innovation of their people. It further goes on to say that our Asian neighbours are investing heavily in education, innovation and research and development to boost their competitiveness. These comments align with COAG's Human Capital Agenda, which has recognised that Australia's future prosperity will be shaped by our ability to improve productivity and performance and workplace participation. Skills competitions such as those conducted by WorldSkills Australia have been acknowledged as a vehicle for the promotion of skills and thereby an increase in productivity, and continuous improvements in productivity raise outputs which ultimately result in wider economic benefits for the community as a whole. The economic downturn has hit everybody hard. Everyone has their own stories of hardships, although it's interesting to read that Rupert Murdoch yesterday said that we're on the way up again. But it is important during times such as these that we find ourselves in that we do not lose sight of the fact that as a nation, our focus on skills and training should not be lost. In a recent discussion paper for the Dusseldorp Skills Forum and Job Futures, it was noted that Australia's underlying skills shortages and ageing population are long-term problems and will not be affected by economic downturns here and in overseas countries such as the US and Europe. In fact, as stated by Bill Stoddart, who many of you will know is the Managing Director of Stoddart Metal Fabricators here in Queensland, in Brisbane, and it's a company, I suppose, which has had a long history of employing apprentices. In a recent article on Australia's skills shortage, Bill said, "The reasons for investing in skills and training have increased, not decreased, because of the tougher economic times." Australian businesses need a skilled workforce to remain strong and productive, to sustain themselves through this downturn and to take advantage of the growth that will occur following the economic slowdown. It is extremely encouraging then to see that the skills and training are at the centre of the economic recovery plans of all governments, with initiatives such as the Compact with Young People, recently announced by COAG, where guaranteed and compulsory training positions will be provided for unemployed youth, thereby enabling them to gain the skills they need to be ready to take up jobs when the economy recovers, to the initiatives outlined by the Queensland Government in Towards Q2, Tomorrow's Queensland, as well as the Queensland Skills Plan. World Skills Australia welcomes these initiatives and believes that we have a valuable role to play in ensuring that we as a nation have the skills to compete locally, nationally and globally. In 2004, in this very venue, some 500 of Australia's best trade and skilled technicians competed in front of 50,000 visitors to be crowned the best in Australia. The 2004 national competition offered a unique opportunity for students, teachers, careers advisors, parents and indeed all visitors from across Brisbane and Queensland to witness over 50 vocational trades and skills being showcased through the competition process, gain hands-on experience via TriTrade and to speak to experts from a variety of backgrounds. We are currently working with the Queensland Government in an effort to hold the national competition here again in 2010. In hosting the 2010 national competition, the Queensland Government has a real opportunity to show the rest of Australia and the world that Queensland continues to celebrate and embrace skills excellence. Finally, as you are all no doubt aware tonight, there's a big footy game happening down the road tonight at Suncorp Stadium, Australia versus the Kiwis. Both are very successful teams, full of stars of the game, but let's just think for a moment how successful they would have been if we didn't have people with trades and skills training. Fitness staff who have completed a Certificate 4 in fitness instruction to maintain their levels of fitness to enable them to run out the whole game and then back up again for their club sides. The horticulturalists and greenkeepers who maintain the playing surface, enabling them to play and train each week. The plumbers who provide the hot and cold water for the recovery sessions after the games. And what about the fans? If it weren't for the likes of the carpenters, bricklayers and electricians, to name a few, the fans would not be able to enjoy the game in comfort at Suncorp Stadium. Many of you may be lucky enough to be going and enjoying the corporate hospitality tonight. As you're being served your drinks and canapes, remember that none of this would be possible without the chefs, hospitality and event staff. So as you can see, the demands for trades and skills is all around us. And just as our sporting heroes, such as the rugby league stars on show tonight, dare to dream, so too do our trade and skill champions. On the 26th of August this year, the 2009 Team Australia Skillaroos will depart Australia for Calgary, Canada, where they will compete at the 40th World Skills International Competition. 27 of our skill champions, including 4 here from Queensland, will show just as much dedication and commitment and will sacrifice a lot more than our sporting champions as they strive to improve on our current ranking of 5th in the world by emulating the champions who have gone before them. Champions such as our next speaker, Michael Kirkwood-Smith. And who knows, maybe someone who visits the TriTrade event or competes in the World Skills Australia regional competitions that are also occurring here over the next 2 days, or in fact the 2010 national competition, and witnesses the tremendous skills and on display will be inspired to follow their own dreams to become the best of the best. Thank you again for providing me with this opportunity to speak to you today, and now I'd like to invite Michael, a member of the extremely successful 2007 Team Australia Skillaroos, to come up and address you all. Thank